Festival. It's technically our 4th annual, but I think it's also technically our 3rd annual because we got a little cutoff last year. But it is the first piece of live theater here at UVM, so let's give a applause for that. Amazing. So we have quite a show for you guys tonight. There are 4 shows. We're going to have an intermission about halfway through. Fire exits are in green, here, and in the back. I feel like a hostess. In the back, and don't scream if there's a fire, just proceed calmly. Stay socially distanced. Please don't eat in here. Again, if there's a green mark, you can sit there. If there's not, you can. During the intermission, bathrooms are downstairs. Other than that, please enjoy the show. I'll see you guys later.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 3rd and final presidential debate of this election cycle. I'm Chelsea Greenbow with BVM News and WGBS, and I'll be your host and moderator for tonight. The debate will be underway shortly, but as our candidates get ready, let me say a few words. We at WGBS would like to thank the Sedimentary Association and the Richard Hager Theater. There's been tremendous work done by both staff and crew for preparing a space for an event of this size. We also owe a great thanks to the Debate Commission for the sponsoring and organizing of tonight's undergoings. And while no one from their board can be here with us tonight to speak, their dedication to democracy is the reason we can be here. Last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank all of you in the audience and at home for joining us tonight. I'd like to go over the rules of this debate before we begin so that we may all be on the same page moving forward. This debate will be approximately 16 minutes divided into 2 8-minute segments. At the beginning of each segment, I will ask the candidates a question, at which point each candidate will have 2 minutes to speak uninterrupted. At the end of each segment, the candidates will be allowed to engage in an open debate. Now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage President Benjamin Hager and Representative Maxine Mays-Malfin. Good evening, candidates. This debate will cover 2 major topics within the next 16 minutes. You'll each have 2 minutes to speak uncontested at the beginning of each segment, followed by an open debate. The first topic I know will be on everyone's minds come this election night. With the turmoil this country is going through, a new fire has sparked in a debate that is foundational to both party values. Tell me, should the people of this country be allowed to eat sand, and should it be regulated? President Hager, the floor is yours for the next 2 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. As you know from my last term as president, I believe in the freedom that is at the heart of this country's values. This freedom permeates every essence of our political identity, and I want to make sure it is permitted to do so. Furthermore, I know that the safety of our society is in my hands and the hands of those who help me govern. And I know that sand is a threat to that society. Those who want to eat sand should not be criminalized, but rather encouraged. My Vice President, Deborah Hursley, has been at the forefront of this initiative to rid this country of sand for the last 10 years, and she's been on the front lines eating it herself. For the last 3 decades, we've known that sand's a threat, and we know the most efficient way to deal with that threat is to put those whose hearts lie in the ingestion of sand to work, ridding this country of the sand that threatens us so. My father, Richard Hager, was one of those workers until he retired last spring. The programs put in place by the Burgess administration allowed him, a working man from the country, to retire after 40 long years of doing his duty to this nation. I myself never had a taste for sand, but it's not about my taste. It's about the freedom to do with your life what you please and to do what is right. And I believe that includes every American's right to eat as much sand as they want, without regulation, for the good of the country.
Thank you. Now we hear from Representative Mays-Malfin. To you, the same question.
Thank you. Let me ask everyone watching tonight, just because the government makes it legal, does that make it just? Does that make it safe, healthy? Does that make it the right thing to do? Our government has been run by Iridians for years who keep stripping the rights of sand back and back as they establish programs to encourage the ingestion of a substance that can stay in your gut for decades to come. They run on a platform of freedom, knowing that that very freedom that they preach puts billions of voters in danger. It is not a matter of freedom. Freedom is essential to the fabric of our nation, but so is solidarity amongst our citizens. So are the rules and regulations woven into our governing bodies to keep us safe. One would hope that the people, let alone the officers in power of this great society, would not need further coercion by the law, not to further exploit, oppress, or ingest citizens that we have already failed. I recognize and understand the pushback against more regulations and the ensuing lapses in our freedom that follow. But the moral fabric of this country has faltered under the administration of so-called progressive Iridians like President Haggard. And we must fight back against the decades of faulty leadership and legislation that have plagued this nation. Fight back for the underrepresentation of sand in our political system. Fight back for the workers who are misled into an unjust and dangerous career by injustice-funded legislature and outdated science. Fight back for all of the sand being eaten every single day. Fight back for sand, for equality, for justice. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Finn. The floor is now open for debate, starting with President Hager's opportunity to respond. I will be limiting this section to 4 minutes.
Well, where should I start? Representative Finn, do you think I'm some sort of comprehensive Iranican? My fellow politician's speech here makes it sound like I stand for nothing but the destruction of sand at any cost. But it's about efficiency and elegance in the face of the threats sand poses. My intent always has been and always will be to solve these problems as a nation where every citizen is important. I have never taken funding from partisan organizations nor created any so-called ingestionist-funded legislature. Unless you count the funds and access to by the government of the nation that elected me as its leader.
I'd like to respond. Mr. President, just because you haven't been directly funded during your term does not excuse the upholding of decades of oppressive governing that you've proven unwilling or unable to change.
Do you want to be the president or a protester?
Excuse me?
Folks, there are plenty of people like her fighting in the streets every day to advance their agenda, be it ingestionist or indigestionist. My heart goes out to those who do this, for it is an arduous process. However, they are not the ones to invest the powers of the president in.
With all due respect, who is he to say who should hold the powers of the president?
The president?
How does he or his party intend to invoke change if the only people to ever hold the office
if
of
you bring up the Sandcastle Foundation, I swear to God, your entire party will be in court this Monday night.
President Haggard, excuse me. I'd like to redirect the debate back to the question, and which I will remind everyone was, should the people of this country be allowed to eat sand, and should it be regulated? Representative Finn, you have the floor.
Right. To connect to what I was just saying, and the question at hand, let me say this. My fellow citizens, we need change. If we are to enact justice and move towards equality, if we are to stop the ingestion and endangerment of our citizens, we need a new legislature, and we need it soon. We cannot have that while men like him are in office.
I'd like to respond.
You have the floor.
Representative Finn is right. With men like me in office, you don't get change. You get progress. And what we need now is progress. We are on the right track, and at this rate, we'll have rid this nation of this sedimentary threat in the next 10 years. All we have to do is support the workers that make that possible, just like the Burgess administration before me.
Oh, and encourage those workers to eat until they die of sand ingestion-related illness?
Representative, as a so-called woman of science, you should know that those claims are supported by dubious studies at best. There is no proof that the ingestion of sand leads to any ailments or disabilities, let alone fatal ones, as long as it's done in accordance with government standards and regulations.
Like your father?
What?
Who retired last spring with serious scarring and damage in his digestive tract from the 40 years of ingesting sediment.
We are not here to discuss my father, and his situation is not in the interest of this debate.
Yes, it is. Everyone to my right is a man whose convictions are so twisted that he will push an agenda that has harmed his family and will harm yours. If you have a friend or loved one who's been harmed by their career in the ingestion of sand, I want to help you. As president, I will take the funds set aside for the retirement of sand ingestion workers and use that to help all of those workers in finding new, safer jobs.
I think we can all agree that it hardly seems acceptable to use my father's health, which Representative Finn knows nothing about, to push an agenda against the work that he did all of his life. It is out of respect for my father that I am in the position that I am in today, and I will do everything I can to support our good, honest sand ingesters like him.
We are out of time in this segment and will be moving on. The next topic we will be discussing is deep in the roots of our nation's history and will again no doubt be on the voters' minds come election day. The question is as follows. Should the state recognize sand as a citizen, and should it be allowed to vote in any general election like any other citizen? Keep in mind, sand is not currently allotted either of these characteristics. Representative Finn, this question goes to you first. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you. I find it difficult to believe that we're having this debate in a room containing no sand, in a country in which sand cannot vote. I find it perverse to be having this discussion in this hall where there is sand out there being abused and ingested this very instant. And there's nothing that can legally be done by thousands of sand activists just because there's sand. Does it not seem strange to debate the voting rights of someone who cannot stand up for themselves in that fight? Does it not seem strange? Put the citizenship rights of those who live among us in danger. We cannot keep ostracizing our sand like this. It is here in our society and has been here. Now, many argue that sand does not have the intelligence or the sentience to vote, or would not vote if given the chance. I say, that doesn't matter. Let them not vote if they please, but make it their choice. Let the decades of sand suffragist activism amount to something in the eyes of our government. The first half of this debate pertained to whether or not we could eat and eradicate sand. But are we really ready to have that discussion while sand still doesn't have a voice? As president, my first and foremost act would be sand representation, and I encourage every member of the audience to advocate for this, no matter the victor. We cannot have a democracy without equal representation for our citizens, and we cannot have a nation without citizenship for our inhabitants. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Finn. President Hager, the floor is yours for the next 2 minutes.
Thank you, Chelsea. Let's get one thing straight, folks. Sand is a threat, and a dire one. I believe that, my party believes that, and so do many of you watching tonight. That is why so many of you have dedicated your time, money, and hard work into writing our nation up for so many years. Seeing that dedication is what inspired me to run last term, to keep us on the right track. And the work done by every member of this national community, from my cabinet to the sand ingesters in the fray, has made me proud of our nation. That is why I find it so offensive that there is a political party opposite my own smuggling pro-sand views into our political discourse. To grant sand the vote and to allow its citizenship would be to undo the work toiled over by so many of our countrymen. Yet any justices will preach the importance of sand representation until the cows come home, without a thought cast to the decades of hard work they'd be erasing. If you're against ingesting sand, I understand. Maybe you're a doctor or an inediblist. Regardless of your position on ingestion, we cannot let sand vote and gum up the political system further. We cannot let them dig into this untapped well of political power and control. Our democracy requires upkeep, and despite the draw of their moral quandaries, we must remain unfazed in the combat of so-called sand rights. When they take that domain, it will be the end of our streamlined discourse.
Thank you. You both know the drill by now. The floor is open. Representative Mays-Malfin, you may respond.
I imagine there are many in the audience as appalled as I am at this intentional perpetration of the blatant oppression of our sedimentary brethren. To suggest that sand citizenship and representation is an unnecessary tax in our democracy is an irresponsible position to hold. We are built on our community and our voters, and their representation is of the most dire importance of any issue.
I'm going to respond to that. Representative Finn, that's utopian. What this country needs is a strong leader supporting our workers. That can't be done when we're debating the voting rights of a demographic that clearly can't vote.
But what about rocks, Mr. President? What do you have to say to all of the rocks listening tonight as you attack their kin's rights?
We aren't here to debate rocks. Rocks have been able to vote for generations, and nobody is attacking their rights, and hasn't for years.
But sand is just broken up rocks. When does a rock become sand, Mr. Hager? Just because it's a smaller piece, it suddenly loses all of its rights?
Representative, if someone were to cut off their own thumb, does that thumb then become a voter? If thumbs can't vote, neither can sand.
You don't know, that's how false equivalent.
And besides, sand suffrage has been attempted in smaller areas before and has resulted on massive spending on registration and accessibility with no meaningful outcome in elections.
I'm familiar with the studies that President Hager is citing, as I'm sure many of you are too, which makes it all the more absurd that he would use an example that was marred by such blatant gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering? What are you, some sort of gustitist?
You know damn well neither one of us knows what that means.
Excuse me, both of you. The question at hand, please.
As I was saying, those studies were anti-suffragist propaganda, at the best unintentionally. And we as a nation cannot be held back by the outdated science of the past. It's frankly abominable that we can sit around performing experiments when the groups we're experimenting on have yet to be represented.
Once again, I agree with Representative Finn. Our scientists need not spend resources on studying the effects of sand suffrage, and those great minds can go towards solving the problem facing us right now. The eradication of sand swiftly and efficiently.
We know that sand can vote, and we know that it will if given the chance. President Hager's claims are unbacked and his intentions barbaric.
Representative Finn would allocate our hard-earned resources against the fight to free this country of sand, and to the exact opposite. Full enfranchisement, putting millions of real citizens at risk.
Anyone who has any knowledge of sand activism knows that sand is just as real a citizen as you or me. It's time to stop the stigma. Statistically, thousands of pounds of sand have been eaten during this debate, and we're spending our resources debating it.
But as a figurehead of our democracy, I know that the resources we spend in forming a population are essential to the people.
Yet that doesn't apply to the disenfranchised.
Everyone, we have 1 minute left in our debate, and I'd like to give each of you 30 seconds for your final words. Representative Mays-Malfin.
To everyone watching tonight, I hope this demonstrates the direness of the situation. Sand must be enfranchised, and our current administration will keep funneling our money into just the opposite. I want to make a promise To all of the rocks in the audience, all of the sand watching tonight, and everyone who knows what we as a moral nation must do. If I am elected president, we will see these policies rolled back. We will welcome sand with open arms. But we have a long way to go, and we must fight back. For sand, for equality, for justice.
And you, President Hager.
I'd like to thank everyone who made tonight possible. The debate commission, all the viewers, you, Chelsea, Representative Haysbell Finn. In the last 4 years, I have built on our nation's legacy from the shoulders of giants. Every viewer, every citizen, they all care about our nation. I trust that you will all make the decision this election that is for the good of our country.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. We'd like to once again give a huge thank you to the Debate Commission. After the break, our political analyst will be breaking down the debate with former Vice President Jeffrey Gordon Fox. You won't want to miss it. I'm Chelsea Greenbow with BBM News and WGBS, and we'll be right back.
Please, please, someone, something, anything, please. Is this even working? Arrowroot, bone of a black cat, picture of Piper. Are you're...
Who are you hoping for?
You.
Well, here we are, and here I am.
You're real. You're real.
I'm real.
And you can grant wishes?
Well, not exactly a genie, but I can give you something you want. It's gonna cost you, though.
Well, how much?
Your soul.
My soul.
Yep, that's right. Oh, don't worry, not right now. You can enjoy your soul for, about a year.
Only a year?
I mean, I could leave. You wouldn't get whatever it is you want,
No,
but...
no, don't leave. I need you. Please. You give me what I want. I'll give you my soul. In a year. This year, it's a human year, right? Years don't work differently in...
Time is time. 52 weeks, 365 days, 8,760 hours, a year.
A year then.
Well, what can I do for you?
My sister Piper. She's dying of cancer. I mean, chemotherapy and the radiation, they've stopped working. This is her only hope. She's only 16. She needs more time. She deserves more time.
You want your sister to be healed? Like no more cancer?
Right. I want you to save her.
Okay. And what do you need?
What do you mean, what do I need? That's what I need. I'm asking for her recovery. That's what I'm asking for.
No. You want her recovery. I can give that to you, but there has to be something that you need.
I don't understand.
Come on, you know the difference between a want and a need, don't you?
Of course I do, but that's what I need. I need a miracle.
Well, lucky for you, I'm in the business of making miracles a reality.
Okay. And how do I know that I can trust you? How do I know that you're who you say you are? How did you...
Now, wants, needs, Piper, what else did you want? Don't be shy. I know there's something you've been thinking of.
I mean, I have always wanted... No, it's stupid. It's not something that I need. Love?
Love?
And I guess I've just taken care of Piper for so long that I forgot that I need to take care of myself too. There are things that I need that exist outside of caring for her. Wait, but how does this even work?
It's a contract. You see, I agree to give you and your sister more time and to find you love, and in exchange, you give me your soul. Oh, but in a year, so, don't worry about not having enough time to spend with her before your contract's due. It's simple, really.
Okay, and how do I sign this contract? Is it a piece of paper or...
It's a kiss.
A kiss? But I don't even know your name.
Oh, my name's Harrison. And you?
I thought you would already know. I'm Alexis.
Well, Alexis, there are other ways to finalize the deal.
How then? Oh! What was that?
It's the contract, etched into your ribs. An unbreakable bond. Wow, thousands of contracts, and no two humans have ever reacted in the same way before. You're exceptional.
There's nothing exceptional about me.
Nonsense! Now come on, take me home. I want to show you that I upheld my end of our deal.
Why isn't it on the right?
Huh? What do you mean?
The doorknob. It's usually always on the right. The door swings open to the left, hits the coat closet, leaves a mark. Always has.
But it is on the right. Look. It's on the right.
When Piper and I used to have friends over to visit, the foundation of this old house would always shake. I mean, without a doubt, with more than just 2 people in it, the whole damn thing would shake. Couldn't stand it. Why didn't it move?
Must be a fluke or something. These old houses always surprise you.
Piper,
Oh, no, don't worry. She's probably just sleeping. Come on, let's go wait for her to wake up. So, how long has Piper been sick?
I mean, she's had cancer for a little over 8 years. First, it was just Ewing sarcoma. She noticed it one time. We were on the playground. She was 8. I was pushing her on the swing. I had just asked Mom to take a photo of us. I told Piper this joke. I can't remember what it is now, but she was laughing so hard when the photo was taken. On the bad days, when Piper's so sick she can barely get out of bed, I try to imagine her like this. A little girl, happy, laughing. But then the mom handed me back the camera, and Piper stood up. She felt this horrible pain shoot up her leg. I mean, I took her right to the hospital. Our parents met us there.
She was diagnosed a week later. She was in and out of the hospital for so long, nearly 7 years.
And your parents?
A little over 3 years ago, Piper got really sick. I was with her at the hospital, and the doctors thought she might die. It was Christmas Eve, and my parents were doing some last-minute Christmas shopping, and so when I called them and told them how Piper was doing, that she might only have a few hours left, they dropped everything and they sped over, and my dad ran a red light, and a car crashed into them, killed them on impact.
You blame yourself.
I'm gonna go check in on Piper. I'll be just a moment.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of Alexis.
Why are you doing this?
Alexis needs this. She needs you to be better.
Piper! Oh my goodness, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How is that pain in your leg? How about the migraine you had earlier today?
I feel much better now. Do you think you could go get me some more tea?
Of course. Let me just get you a new mug. This one's dirty.
No, I don't want a new mug. I want to use this one.
Okay, I'll be right back.
What are you actually doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. What would you have done if I wasn't here?
So you're telling me you actually want to help Alexis? Are you her boyfriend or something?
No, I'm not a boyfriend.
Then who are you? What are you doing here?
You know exactly why I'm here.
I'm gonna head to work. Did you want me to bring you home anything?
What's wrong?
I must have forgotten that I took some time off. I mean, they told me to take the next few weeks for myself. Leftover vacation time or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want to come talk with Harrison and I?
Well, how could I? There's only 2 chairs.
Don't be silly, I can always grab a new chair.
Don't bother. I don't want to. Have fun with your new boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend, Piper. He's taking care of me. He's taking care of us.
You never used to need someone to take care of you.
He's not a bad person, Piper.
To you? Whatever. I don't care. Just go away.
Is everything okay?
I don't know. I mean, she's humming this song I used to sing to her during her chemotherapy. And she would look at me with these big puppy dog eyes and just ask me to sing. Can't sing, by the way. Horrible singer, but never stopped me from singing to her.
Well, that's a beautiful song. Hey, you look cold. Let me go get you my jacket. It'll warm you right up.
We talk, Harrison and I. We talk all day and we talk all night. And we talk until the sun rises again. Harrison likes to talk, but Even more so, he loves to listen. I've never met someone who loves to listen to me as much as he does. He asks me lots of questions. I mean, I try to ask him questions too, but it's hard for him to open up sometimes. He's got this scar right above his eyebrow. I asked him about it once. He told me a human did that to him. Never seen him so vulnerable before. I get distracted sometimes by the wallpaper behind him, but he doesn't seem to mind when I space out. The wallpaper seems to ebb and flow with our conversation. It's a horribly ugly wallpaper, too. At night, the light moves along the wallpaper, illuminating different parts. You can almost feel the words trying to creep out, but somewhere, something always seems to stop them. Morning draws near. The light moves with the sunrise, forcing more and more words out of their mouths, making them smaller and smaller. I don't know when our sunrise will come, but we talk like this every day. I enjoy his company and he enjoys mine. I think I might love him. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. There were 12 steps the last time.
What do you mean?
I mean, from the kitchen to here, there were 12 steps. There was only 6 this time.
You probably just miscounted or took bigger steps. Come on, let's just change gifts. Here, I got this for you.
Thank you. It's wow. It's beautiful.
Do you like it?
I haven't gotten gifts in such a long time. I mean, Piper was never able to get them, and well, my parents. Piper, I got this for you at the bookstore. It's The Awakening. I thought you might want to read something other than...
I don't want it.
Come on, Piper. I think you would really like this.
I don't! Leave me alone. I don't want it. I can't. Just go away.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Can't you just be happy for us? For Alexis?
Why should I? You're still a stranger to me. I hardly know you. And you've taken up all of Lexi's time. It's not fair.
Well, look at her. She's so happy now. Don't you want her to be happy?
But she doesn't.
Let her have this.
see if Piper wants to come see the fireworks with us.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do you want to come see the fireworks with us? Remember when Mom and Dad used to bring us to the Fun in the Fourth Carnival? Come on, I think it would be really good for you if you got out of the house.
No.
Please, Piper, I think...
I'm not going!
I'm just gonna go grab a jacket in case it's cold.
I want to go with you! With Lexi!
Do you actually, though? I mean, think about it. Do you honestly think that you're going to be able to come to the fireworks with us and have a good time and not bring Alexis down with your whining? Do you really want to do that, or do you want her to be happy?
That's all I want.
Then just stay here.
Aren't the fireworks beautiful?
I can only look at you.
I love you.
I love you too.
You're just saying that
No,
because...
no, Alexis. I'm saying it because I love you. Because even after centuries of making deals with humans, with them begging me to please them, save them, and grant them wishes and miracles, you're the only one who's ever given me something in return. You've given me a home, somewhere where I would gladly spend the rest of eternity. You're the one person I can turn to. You want to know how I got this scar?
I mean, only if you're comfortable telling me.
It was 1906. I had just made a deal with a beautiful girl. A spectacular career in the silent film industry in exchange for her soul in 10 years' time.
What happened?
We go out for drinks every once in a while and catch up. She'd tell me all about how her movies are doing and how excited she was for people to remember her when her time came.
You loved her.
No, I wouldn't call it love. She was so obsessed with being remembered that she could never live in the moment, you know? She could never just enjoy arbitrary, everyday things and appreciate the fact that she was alive. Anyway, 1916 came along and she was just like everyone else in the end. Didn't want to uphold her end of the deal, begged me to spare her, just for a few more years.
She did that to you?
Yeah, it was really shitty. It took a long time for me to trust anyone enough to make deals after that. Can't you see that, Alexis? That's how much I trust you. Don't you trust me?
With my life. You know, sometimes I think you're an angel.
Why is that?
I mean, you've given me something I never thought possible. I didn't think the Vatican itself could cure Piper, but you did. You saved her.
Well, you are the one who summoned me,
And I've
so...
been doing research, Harrison, and demons are only allowed to give humans one thing in their deal. I don't understand how you gave me so much. You love me. You gave me something I've always wanted but never had the chance to find.
Actually, Alexis, I only gave you one thing.
What do you mean?
October 29th, 1997. Piper's last good day. You were out shopping, picking up some ingredients to make apple strudel for her. Not apple pie or apple crisp, apple strudel. It was very important that you got that right because it was her favorite dessert, and you always made it for her after bad days at the hospital.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When you came back, there were sirens, and they were so loud that you just dropped everything in your hands and immediately ran inside.
1, 2, 3,
Listen to me.
4.
When you came back, she was already gone. She died that day, holding on to that book and her mug.
No, that was just a bad scare. She just had a bad coughing fit. I remember. She woke me up the next day and told me that she was fine. 1, 2, 3. Why are there only 3 floorboards? She looked at me and said, "What are you doing in my seat, silly?" And I gave her her mug and her book, and she sat there reading. She always sits there reading. I didn't want her to be sick like that again. I knew that I had to do something so she wouldn't be sick like that again.
I couldn't give you Piper's remission.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's something wrong with this house, Harrison.
I couldn't cure her because she was already gone. She died that day. Her heart just gave out.
2, 3.
You came back and the sirens, they were so loud that they told you something was wrong because your entire world was collapsing in on itself. But you couldn't see it, and you refused to see it.
1, 2, 3.
You screamed so loud that I swear all the angels in heaven and all the demons in hell heard you. Alexis, we felt your pain.
2, 3.
Nobody could console or confront you, and you couldn't afford a funeral, so you just shut everyone out. Alexis, I need you to see that she's gone. Piper's dead.
No, she's right there. Gone?
I knew you wouldn't believe it. You'd go your whole life living with a ghost if I didn't step in. Or someone in town would have sent you to a psych ward.
You lied to me.
It was never my intention to.
I almost forgot. You just want my soul. This, us, it doesn't mean anything to you, does it?
Alexis, you know that's not true. I know you know in your heart how I really feel about you.
You have my heart. You had my heart this entire year. I mean, how could I have been so foolish as to think that you would give me yours?
You know I love you.
If you loved me, you wouldn't let me live this lie. I mean, imagine how stupid I looked talking to my coworkers about the meals that I would make for the pair of us.
I could have let you die thinking that Piper would have lived a long and happy life. I love you enough to tell you the truth.
You love me?
Yes, Alexis. For so long, I didn't think I was even capable of feeling anything. You said it best. You know me and I know you. Isn't that what love is?
Why is it so cold in here?
You gave me love, Alexis. This entire time, I was supposed to give you something, but you saved me.
So cold.
I love you.
You love me?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You love me.
You had to have known that I'm in the business of getting what I want.
You enjoyed the first half of the show. Bathrooms are downstairs. Yeah, see you in like 10-ish minutes. And you players, we say thank you, 10. Say thank you, 10. Thank you, 10. Thank you. Bad language in the second play of this half, and they also use the word bomb. So please know now, there is no bomb. It is just a play. Yes, without further ado, Act 2, let's go.
She told me she loved me. She told me she... Do you ever realize that nothing in your life has gone right? And that not only has nothing gone right, but there's no one reason for none of it going right. It's just this endless onslaught of things constantly not going right until one day you wake up in tights and pointy shoes and you jingle when you get out of bed and you think, how did I get here? How could I have strayed so far from a perfectly normal path? And I don't mean cobblestone to dirt stray, no, I'm talking beautiful marbled courtyard to hacking your way through a forest with a wooden staff strain. I'm talking wandering so far away from your point that when you finally come back to it, you've forgotten what it is. Where was I going with this? I take it you've heard the bad news.
I have. Let me just say the good people of this town don't deserve such a tragedy to befall them.
The wedding?
No, your concert tonight.
Charming. The princess doesn't even know what she's missing.
Oh, I'd say she knows exactly what she's missing.
It's true. She does. She's okay with missing it. Missing me. Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be? She's marrying a prince. A real bona fide prince. All I can do is make fun of princes. At their own expense, of course.
Yes, Mom, you two peasants. I understand you're suffering, but I simply have far better things to worry about.
Over yonder are two men on horseback, and I want to see which one will scare the other with his pointy stick. Oh, and by the way, you owe me 400 pence. And if you can't pay it, I shall cut off your ear and dine on your pigs at my next lavish, completely unnecessary feast. Look, that wasn't my best. But in fairness, I'm having a pretty rough day. And before you say it, yes, I knew there was no hope for a future for us. I'm the jester, not the village idiot. I knew. But a jester can dream, can't they? And it didn't matter. Not at the time. Because at least we got to be together. When I was with her, I wasn't worrying about anything else. Not whether I remembered to polish my bells that morning, or to take my horse to the blacksmith to get fitted for shoes, or to buy a horse. I'm sorry, it just hurts so request your royal presence. Please make your way to the royal palace if you plan on making a royal appearance. Hey! Last I checked, they pay me to be the town crier. Are you trying to put me out of work? Well, you could have fooled me. What's the matter with you anyways?
The princess, I love her so much, but she's marrying a prince and I'm just a lonely jester.
You do know it's after 5, right?
Oh my God, is it really?
Well, it must be. I clocked in at 4:30.
Whoa, time flies, huh? I must have gotten really into it. Okay, well in that case, I'm out of here. Gotta go pick up Lily from the wedding.
Oh, that girl gets married every single day. You better propose to her before she actually falls in love with the guy who plays the prince.
Don't worry, I intend to. See you tomorrow.
I'm you. From the future. 30 minutes into your future. Put this on.
What?
Put that on, so we can tell each other apart.
Oh, no, wait, you're me?
Yes, from the future. Obviously, we look exactly alike. Come on, okay? Put that around your neck.
Okay, why?
Well, there's gonna be a bunch of different versions of us, and everybody has one of these clocks, so we can tell each other apart.
That seems like a stupid way to do it.
Okay, well, it's how it works, all right? I handed me a clock a half hour ago, so I'm not about to not hand you a clock now.
Okay, so,
Yes, time travel does work like in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I mean, as far as I can tell.
So, you handed you a clock 30 minutes ago, and I'm gonna hand me a clock 30 minutes from now?
Bingo.
You know, you probably should have said 12 Monkeys with all the J.K. Rowling stuff going on. Like,
I meant the movie, asshole. You know that.
I know, I'm just giving myself a hard time. Still, thanks for that.
The best kind of time travel.
God, yeah, imagine if there were, like, alternate timelines or some shit like in that fucking Futurama movie.
No, everything's one line. Nice, consistent. Not fucking Back to the Future. I mean, as far as I can tell.
But if I do something that I didn't do, is that like a paradox world over type situation? Or...
No clue, man. I'm exactly 31 minutes deep into this. But if I were you, I wouldn't test your luck. And I know that you wouldn't, because I didn't.
Okay, yeah, I think.
Yeah, anytime that I'm talking about you or me at a different time, it's gonna be fucked up and hard to follow. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to get used to it.
And that's okay. So are we like about to go on an adventure? Did you hurt your leg fighting a Terminator? I've always wanted to rip that meaty face right off of Arnold Schwarzenegger so bad.
No, all of that.
No?
No, I just, I twisted it.
Oh. So what do we do for the next half hour then?
We just kind of hang out. We don't have sex.
Oh, okay. Good.
That's not what you should be doing, like, your first time.
Yeah.
Time trap, like the second, maybe third.
Yeah, like
definitely.
if you had initiated, then I
Yeah.
probably would have gone along with it because you seem like you know what you're doing. But yeah.
No, we're on the same page. For sure. We get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we do anyways?
Oh, there's like, there's a couple time jumps. I show you the ropes, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so you want to...
Have sex? Dude, give it up.
Show me
Nothing happens.
the ropes.
No, I know. I'm just not. Come here. Okay, so you see these two doors in your apartment?
Yep.
The ones that you've never been in before?
Mhm.
One of which I just walked out of?
Yep. No!
Yeah.
No way!
Yeah.
This whole time?
Don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah.
How does it work?
Oh, God.
Who's that?
5 seconds back. Oh. Is that really necessary? I mean, it was funny.
Wait, so you come out the other door?
You go in one door, you come out the other.
And you just say the amount of time out loud.
Well, I mean, you think it, but since I said it, you thought it.
And can you only go backwards?
Oh, I'm Jewish? No.
15 seconds forward and away we...
Go!
You don't need to say the amount of time out loud. Also, you should drink something, because time travel can give you a bit of a headache, and you're dehydrated.
A weird time travel rule.
Yeah, okay, well, you know what? I don't know, maybe it's a coincidence. Headaches happen. The point is, there's a Coke in the cupboard with your name on it.
I'm not drinking a room temperature Coke.
If you put it in the freezer now, it'll be ice cold in half an hour.
But in half an hour I'll be... Oh, okay. I get you. I see where you're coming from. And I will see you shortly.
You know, I guess I did kind of take a while in the kitchen. And I went half an hour forward, and then half an hour back. But if I'd been thinking about it, I should have gone a half hour forward, and then like 31 or 32 minutes back, and then I wouldn't be standing around here talking to myself like an idiot. I guess I'd be talking to myself anyway, though. So. Oh, you're back! Good. What are you doing? Read the clock. I don't have time for this. Your clock says 20 minutes. Congratulations. All right, but that would mean that I've already done this. Bingo. Okay, you don't seem to understand. I haven't done this. It's a timeline or a paradox or something. Look, man, you really need to stop distracting me. I really have to do this. Do what? I have the plans of it all. Oh, plans of what? I wasn't supposed to say that. Look, everything's fine. I really have to do this before I get back. I don't know. Get back? Where? No. Before I get back. God, 5 minutes or so, me gets back with the soda. Okay, listen, look at me. You can't tell me about this. You can't tell me about. Can you please just explain what the fuck is going on?
Ice cold.
Hey, you!
Hey, great tip on the freezer. This shit is, ice cold.
Ice, yes, cold like ice.
Yeah,
Yes.
something up. You're acting kind of funny.
So that's why I was acting funny.
Hey?
What? Time travel! Haha, crazy, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame we're not going on an adventure, though.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You were right about this headache. It is, like, splitting open right now.
Don't worry about it, you'll be fine. I mean,
Are you sure? Like, it's really bad right now.
yeah, it's fine. I think. You know, I actually don't remember that well.
But that was, like, 30 minutes ago for you, right? Is something up?
I planted a bomb! But it wasn't me. It was a me between you and me. And I didn't plant a bomb, and then I told me not to tell you.
Wait for what?
That's what I said.
Well, obviously it's an alternate timeline trying to take us out or something.
True. This is what I was thinking. But then I was also thinking, what if I should just trust my other self? I mean, they're older than you, and they have more experience, so...
Did any of this happen for you when you were me?
Not at all.
Okay, so we're in uncharted territory.
And the time travel starts. Bomb's behind the couch.
Piss! Okay, it's this, like, sleek little box with a single button on it, like, no wires, no screws, nothing.
No screws? You can't, like, open it up or something? Oh, wow, that is a lot nicer than I was expecting. There's no way the 20 made that.
20?
Minutes, like on the clock. I am sick of this first person pronoun bullshit.
Okay, so what do you think this button does then?
Well, you know, I wouldn't bet that it disarms the bomb.
Yeah, but 19 did tell you not to tell me about it, so maybe it's just, like, really easy to disarm.
That's a good point.
Okay, I'm gonna press the button.
Wait, what? Just do it. You know, whatever.
Activated. Deploying in 10,
What?
9, 8, 7,
What?
6,
What are you doing? We don't have time for this.
10 hurt.
2,
Go on without me.
I am not leaving you. Holy shit! to you. Can someone please explain to me what is going on? I would if you'd remember. I don't understand how you're so calm.
You just need to trust me. I don't understand why you're not trusting me.
I think you might be psychotic.
Oh my god, my neck. Ugh. Is that the bomb guy?
Yup, the guy, I'm you. Whatever, sit down. Or what, you'll plant another bomb?
Or, okay, you both are about to lose some of your memories and consciousness briefly, and for your own sake, and for the sake of your thick skull, I want you to sit down. You're gonna be fine, but you have to trust me. I saved 11's life, okay? So please, sit down.
We have the same skull.
Huh?
Well, they said that I have a thick skull, but like, that's a dig at them too. Like, the difference between us is that I'm not going around fucking planting fucking bombs. It's not that we have different skulls.
Oh,
No.
God. Head
Oh,
giving
God.
birth to triplets.
Oh, God, yes, it's getting me too, man.
But really, we just like sit here.
I mean, we talk. I swear, it feels faster than it is. You'll look up, and half an hour will pass already.
I don't know, I just feel like more would have happened, you know? Like more would happen.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but from what I can remember, the time portals in the apartment are like really the only interesting thing.
But that's a very interesting thing. I mean, it's one with like rules and complications and consequences.
Apparently not.
I mean, it's just nothing like I thought it would be, you know?
Well, is it my job to entertain you?
No, but I mean, just let me mourn my hopes for an adventure, okay? It's not your fault, it just sucks.
Yeah, dude. Not as much as the fact that there's no fucking time law in this house.
Oh God, I know. It's like Moses parting the Red Sea, except like my brain.
Yeah, man.
Is that
Throbbing like a goddamn erection.
Yeah.
Ugh. Not gonna work.
No?
Nope. I looked up time travel headache half an hour ago, just like you're doing now, and I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Nope.
Which means it would be very strange and probably a paradox if I got a very real relevant result.
Yes?
Okay, so this is fucked.
What did you find?
It's this like boring looking research paper about how the human body would react to traveling through time.
Okay. So we should probably skim that, right? Give it a look or two.
Okay, displacement through time by any
What?
means
Just
would...
say time travel, honestly.
I'm so pretentious.
Ugh.
Time travel by any means, much better,
Much better.
would necessarily lead to the buildup of fermions in the bloodstream.
Okay, I don't remember exactly what fermions do, but I know that it's not that.
So the guy with half an anthropology.
Said the guy who was shutting up.
Okay, this would, in remarkably low concentrations, lead to an increasing order of likelihood.
That's a stupid way to organize
Seizures,
that.
excessive sweating, joint pain, dehydration,
Not bad.
headaches, and death.
What? Death is more likely than headaches?
Build up beyond 3 million fermions per milliliter guarantees death within 10 minutes.
I feel like the fermions...
We are going to die! You do not shut up! Fermions build up at an approximate rate of 800,000 per milliliter per trip. So,
That means that you have what, like 3.2 mil? And I have God knows how many.
so I'm about to die, and you're already dead.
Or the research paper could be wrong.
Ooh, this could theoretically be remedied by a device we have chosen not to name, for fear that the name would by its very nature be unbearably corny. The device would be implanted in the neck and used to flush fermions out of the blood, with a side effect of also flushing any non-trivial short-term memory.
I have a thing in my neck.
I have a thing in my neck.
Oh my God, somebody put a thing in the back of my neck and then erased my memory. Probably multiple times.
Hold your horses. The company that authored this paper is called Imogen Systems.
Just system. That's what. That's some kind of serious package I didn't order.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Let's see. Well, we got this microchip and this calculator-looking thing that's already telling us how many fermions we have in the bloodstream.
Oh, these
Are you done? Are you good? You gonna be okay?
How you doing? You doing on the fermions?
Pretty pretty good, actually. Looks like these things actually work. There's a flower for some reason.
Aww.
I mean, kind of seems like a waste of packaging space. I don't know.
Yeah.
This like sleek-looking box with a single button on it, and a scalpel.
Oh my God. Do we have to put that in our own net and out?
Out of living, if we don't do this neck surgery thing, then.
Well, I'm not doing the surgery part.
Piss. Okay. Let's see. Anesthetic bomb.
Ah!
Non-invasive method to numb anyone in a 2-meter radius. Press the buttons to activate a more aggressive but shorter lasting anesthetic. Do not use on patient with increased heart rate.
Can't we just use like an IV bag full of drugs or something?
Yeah, you probably need a medical degree to get your hands on one of those.
They sent us an experimental chip in the mail.
Speaking of, they sent us an experimental chip in the mail. Someone had to order this package, right? Like, they don't just send it to anybody.
Well, I can go back in time and I can order the package with the menacingly named anesthetic bomb. Gee, I don't think that ever made it past committee. And then you can go back in time and you can plant it.
Okay. So, do we anesthetize?
That's a vocab for you.
I guess I was sitting on the couch. But, I mean, I could plant the bomb behind the couch. But that thing about increased heart rate is in really big letters. And based on my heart rate right now, knowing that my blood is out to kill me would probably freak me out enough to make it so that my heart rate was too high. So,
Coke!
we do, yes? Yeah.
What? Maybe later. No, what? But when you went to go get the Coke.
Oh!
You
Yes.
can go back
Okay.
to bed and then just tell me not to tell you.
I mean, I guess. It's hard not being able to trust your memories, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think, like, we made up new ones or there are just gaps?
I mean, I remember you left to go get the Coke. And then I thought about how you would be gone for a while, but then you pretty much just immediately came back.
Okay. So, I plant the bomb, I swear you to secrecy, and then we go and we get a numbed up woozy guy back just in time for us to,
Well, you.
just in time for unlicensed me to perform experimental neck surgery on myself. Cool.
Perfect. Then we grab it, bring them back where they're supposed to be, wipe their memories.
Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. They wake up, they look the thing up on the computer, they open the box, they realize how annoying they are sometimes, they have this conversation.
You know, we have to make sure to erase our memories a second time, which makes sense because I don't remember doing this when I was you.
Looks like we're going on an adventure after all.
Not loving that time travel kills you slowly, though, or that I have an unhealed amateur surgery scar in the back of my neck, barely covered by a waterproof band-aid.
What doesn't kill you, you know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wait! You know what? You should probably not call it a bomb, now that I'm thinking about it. I think that would probably make me think that you were trying to kill me.
You're right. There's a 0% chance I will call it a bomb. There's no way I'm gonna mess this up, I promise.
You know, for a research laboratory, they had a very easy-to-use website. And their customer service was so friendly, me and Gail got along like gangbusters, and she was so chill about me being a time traveler.
Yeah, my thing went, okay.
Just okay?
I don't know, 35 just seemed apprehensive, you know?
Alright. Well, let's go grab 10, pump them full of microchip, and then we can be on our way.
Asshole!
Well, customer service says that this guy only asked for 10 minutes, so...
10 minutes?
No, 2 minutes!
So much less time!
Sorry! Just get the cut off hole and hit with a scalpel, it'll be fine, you got this!
The scalpel's dirty! I don't know how to use a scalpel!
It's like using a little knife!
we went to the ER the last time we tried to mince an onion.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll go get a Band-Aid to counteract the effects of you and your dirty scalpel, okay?
You should be doing this. You're the one who calls to customer service.
I'll talk you through it!
Also, why couldn't they just send somebody here?
In the middle of a pandemic?
Eat our dick.
Okay, so what you gotta do is feel for the bony bump at the base of his neck.
Bony
Do you feel
bump.
that?
Bony bump. Got it.
All right, now move your finger 2 centimeters up.
2 centimeters. Caught me.
Oh, all right, now make a vertical incision the size of a microchip.
Okay. Okay.
Now slide that sucker in.
Just slide it in.
Well, you gotta push until you feel it hit bone.
Okay, fuck.
Bump.
Shit, balls.
Bump.
Balls.
Bump.
Done.
You did great.
I would give anything to forget that.
Well, you know, I got some good news for you, but let's get them back where they belong.
I don't like this adventure anymore.
Hey, that's you. That's how you sound.
What a fun day. You know, I think I had enough adventure for a little bit.
Hey, what doesn't kill you?
That's the thing I said earlier.
It's in the before time, yeah.
You should come see this.
What? Oh my God, that's me. That's me dead. That is me very dead very soon.
This isn't happening. This can't be happening.
This has to be a dream.
Pretty much a convoluted student one-act play.
Could it be? We're not physical representations of each other's mental health problems.
After all this time, we just die?
I mean, we discovered time travel.
We saved our own life.
We lost our memories.
We're about to lose them again.
I'm gonna die not knowing that I've witnessed my own death.
Twice.
And if we don't erase our memories?
Then we die anyways.
Right. God. You know, for 1 second I was actually kind of having fun.
Yeah. Me too.
Wait. No, wait! Hold on, you're okay!
What?
Look! This is showing survivable levels of brilliance. I don't know how or why, but this thing is showing I'm very much not dead.
So...
We don't have to erase our memory. Ergo, I don't have to die.
But... What are you saying? Like...
I just never time travel again. I don't know what prompted me to go through those doors, but I can avoid it by just not.
But... You didn't. No, I have principles.
We are lying, man. Dead.
Exactly. God damn it, just give that to me.
No, you're trying to kill me. You're trying to kill yourself.
Oh, and
what are you doing?
Yeah, but listen, if we don't die, then time travel sucks.
That's what this is about.
I'm not lying there dead in 55 minutes. Then there's a paradox, or there's an alternate timeline, or the dead body will just fade out of existence, or the dead body is the solution, like in that fucking Futurama movie. Or it's like in Doctor Who, where the writers are just too lazy to even come up with a consistent system. It won't be one straight line. It won't be consistent. And nothing will have any meaning because I guess cause and effect can just go fuck themselves, huh? I'd rather die having this adventure than live in a universe where this adventure just meant nothing.
And you're willing to sacrifice your own life so that the universe runs on your favorite kind of time travel.
Yes.
Even though you know that in a half hour you're going to try and stop yourself from doing exactly that.
Yeah, deep down, you are too.
Goodbye then, I guess.
Hey, do you think that's gonna affect the corpse guy over there?
Why would it erase the dead guy's memory? Speaking of dead people, how's the leg doing?
It's pretty okay. Why?
Is it really? Because this is for consistency.
Oh, God. Damn it. Fuck me. Headache. City. How's your head?
Haven't had any complaints.
We both know that's not true. Oh, I mean, looks like it's almost time for me to go. No, that one. Oh, my ankle. I must have twisted it or something.
You think? The cane's in the closet.
You know, even though I feel like we didn't really get up too much, I still think I might have learned a thing or two about myself.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Twice over. Have fun being me, kid.
Have fun being sexy.
Oh, take sexy to know sexy.
Oh, by the way, where did we get the clock?
Oh, we're gonna have to go back to intermission for that.
Okay. Well, anyways, one of these days we're gonna use these time portals in our apartment to have sex with ourselves.
To fuck each other.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
See you then. Bang, bang, come bang. You banging me. Yep. Oh my God! Have you been there this whole time? Yeah. Sick, huh?
Listen, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, okay? I'm gonna need you to go through the time portals like 5 or 6 times, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
I guess 0 seconds does work. Hey, are you okay? You're not looking so great right now.
No, pretty sure I was legally dead for several minutes, but this means a lot to me.
You're like 11 minutes in my future.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
Okay.
I don't feel so good.
Good. Just a couple more times. See? Let's go.
Sorry, I was thinking about the number 7.
We don't have time for that, okay? Let's go.
Okay.
Let's speed it up. Oh God. Am I gonna die? Who's to say? Builds character. Asshole! Takes asshole to no asshole.
Okay. Ice cold look. Where the cold is cold. Hey, are you okay? Look like you seem like a ghost or a goblin or maybe some sort of ghoul.
I remember everything.
Congratulations, I guess.
You'll understand.
Okay, yeah, good for you. Are you sure you're okay? You're looking, bad, no offense, just like self, it's just...
Yeah, man, I'm such a peachy. I'm the bee's knees.
bro.
Knees on bees, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, how about a toast to the best kind of time travel?
To the best kind of time travel.
I'm gonna go to the hospital. I just fell over. Thank you so much for coming to this year's Fringe Fest. It was lovely to have you here, and we will see you next year. Adios.